Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 3 p.m. No, it's not 3 p.m. Ooh, my mind's so ready to say that. It's 1 p.m. here in Chicago, Illinois. We're second day of the new time slot. 1 p.m. here in Chicago, Illinois. It's time for another live stream. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2021. And because it's a Tuesday, it's a Trivia Tuesday. And today we're going to play, I think this is our third round, round 3 of the Strava game, Name That Runner. I will show you guys some Strava posts. I'll show you Strava posts with the name and any identifying information redacted, and you'll have to guess who it is. This week, it's a little bit tougher because some people are not where they normally are. So, yeah, that should make it a little bit more difficult. We got some pretty impressive running out there, some lots of stuff to talk about. So I think it'll be pretty fun for today. I've got my afternoon coffee, which seems much more sensible now that this live stream has been moved to 1 p.m., but I'm ready to hang out. How's everyone doing on the audio only version? Hope you guys are having a good run today. And to all of you listening on this on YouTube after the fact, not live, welcome. So glad to have you guys here. You guys should be able to play along as well. And for those audio only people, I'll do my best to try and describe kind of like what we're seeing in each of the Strava posts. So that way you can try and figure out who it is as well. All right, let's see, before we get started, who's here? We got Philip Bourne saying, what's going on? Moved to the new apartment successful. So he's got LASIK, new apartment, man, so much stuff going on. He's got his first checkup on my LASIK. It also went very well, and planning to go for my first visit, for my first easy run tomorrow to feel out how it is now that you can see. Awesome. Very cool. Hopefully it goes well. Tanner Ruth wants to know, hey, early brothers code, did you get the beans? No, I mean, I actually don't think I bought any beans yesterday. My wife has been buying dried beans in bulk on Walmart and on Amazon. So like we have like multiple. Oh, you know what? I think we've eaten a lot of them. I think we maybe don't have any 5-pound bags of beans left. We actually might be needing some beans soon. I think we've probably got like a pound or 2 of dried beans still left around the house, but I guess we're getting low. Brett Reed said, I love grocery shopping. For everyone listening and doesn't remember, or if you're listening to it later, I did the grocery shopping with Kofuzi today. I just thought that'd be fun. Just kind of celebrate me being able to kind of go back to, or me feeling comfortable going back to grocery stores in person. So I was like, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's because I love that store. But Brett said, I love grocery shopping, and I never know what I'll come home with. It's like a treasure hunt. I mean, you know, some people always say like, don't go to the grocery store hungry. I completely disagree. That's the best time to go to the grocery store because then you're going to get stuff that you are definitely going to eat. I mean, it's not like people were like, I went to the grocery store hungry and I bought all these parsnips. And when am I going to eat parsnips? Like, no, you're like, I went to the grocery store. I bought fun stuff. I bought gummy bears. I bought Swedish fish because I haven't had that in a while. I got everything. But, you know, you get stuff that you're like, you haven't had in a while, but you like. So it's a great idea to go to the grocery store hungry. Not good if you have like are on a budget or want to stay strictly to a list for sure. But if you want to have fun food, you know, going to the grocery store hungry is great. Leon says, happy Tuesday, everyone. Nice, easy run today with a little bit of speed work. All right. Sounds nice. Christian's back, says, hey, everyone. What's going on, Christian? And all right, this thing is already jumping on me, telling me to keep up. Matthew says, what's up? What's up, everyone? Summer's itching to be here, and I'm itching to replace my trail shoes. Wild Horse or Peg Trail 2? I think it depends on the terrain that you normally run on, Madhu. If you're running on stuff that's a little bit more, I mean, I feel like the Wild Horse is a little bit more of a robust shoe made for more, not necessarily technical trails, but trails where, you know, it's a little bit more rugged. So if there's going to be lots of rocks, maybe even loose rocks or mud, that kind of thing, then I'd look more towards the Wild Horse. But if you're going to do it a lot of like, you know, sometimes you'll take it on dirt roads, sometimes on trails, maybe sometimes even on roads, then I think the Peg Trail 2 is a really good choice. For the kind of trail running that I do, I would prefer the Peg Trail 2. I'm probably not even going to look at the Wild Horse this year just because I ran in it 2 years ago. And it's one of those shoes where I was like, this shoe is strong in areas that I don't think I'll ever utilize. So like, you know, it wasn't for me. But I know a lot of people do really enjoy that one. JC says, hi, friends. Hoping to stay a little longer today. Awesome. I stink at Name That Runner. It's okay. But, you know, I think that, I don't know. I think maybe you guys will be able to get them this time. But, you know, you can't make them too easy. So we'll see. We'll see. Kiefer says, ahoy, fellow Trader Joe warriors. And Leona says, by the way, I just love TJs. I'm a big fan. You know, for the longest time, I just was like, these brands are, there's no regular brands. I'm like, I just want to go to a grocery store with regular brands. But after a while, like I kind of got over that. I'm like, these Trader Joe brands are pretty nice. I kind of like them. So, everything everything's usually things are pretty solid, and they feel like they have to do a really good job because they usually don't have giant stores. And so they have to do a really good job of deciding like what the neighborhood wants. And so like, I appreciate that. Yeah. Jason says, hi everyone. Love TJ as well, but we usually end up buying a lot of junk food there. Every aisle has like basically impulse junk food purchases in it. I think they do a really good job of it. I think they know their kind of audience really well. So like in the frozen foods, above the frozen food section that's on the bottom, put on top of there, cookies, like where you have like vegetables, peas, carrots, like the frozen stuff above it. It's just got snacks. So, I think they know what they're doing there. Recycle on Wednesday says, hi everyone. I'm glad for the earlier stream today. I need something to help me stay awake. Whew. All right. Well, get your afternoon coffee or whatever time it is where you are, Recycle. But that's what the coffee's for. Not really. Hank Aaron says, howdy. What's going on, Hank? Kurt is here, says, hey everyone. And then Shannon's here as well. Hey Shannon. She says, speaking of TJ's, I stopped by there on my way to work and I'm eating a pre-made salad from there as we speak. The grab and go food is pretty good. I kind of like that a lot. I like it there. They usually have like the rolls, like the sushi rolls. It's not, is it really sushi? I don't know I think I usually have like the vegetable rolls that they have there. Those I usually like. The salad's always pretty solid. And then they usually have like little sandwich wraps that I also think is pretty good. All right. Chris says, is Evan in the chat? If not, we all have a chance. I know he's always so good at this. It's amazing. All right. Scott says, I'm pretty bad at this, but can't wait to see what Stevie 76 guys is. Awesome. Dennis Chick says, Saludos Cafu's new shirt. Yeah, this one is from Ryan Clayton. He just put out some new merch. He hit 10,000 subscribers just a little while ago. And so as soon as I saw that, I decided to pick up the shirt. It's got the same logo on the back, real big. So the same one on both sides. So it's pretty cool. I like this one. All right. Brendan says, why, hello. Awesome. All right. Let's get, I think I saw a question in here. Yeah, if anyone, today we're going to play a game. So if anyone has like an actual running question or a running success story that they want to share, please feel to just drop it in the chat at any time. There's no structure. So just drop it in there. And Dev Runner says, quick question for the game time. How do you get motivated again after a big race is over? For me is to sign up for another race. That's the best way for me to get motivated. Otherwise, yeah, that's because I guess I have like the opposite problem. Like once I finish a race, I'm already on like, what's next? And I'm like, oh boy, I'm going to have to recover for a little while. And like this week I didn't really recover from the half marathon time trial. And so I'm like, am I going to regret that like 2 months from now? I'm probably going to regret that, but I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to like start the next thing. So that's what I usually do. But for a lot of other people, they take a break, and so like a lot of marathoners, like the pros, it's their job and they're spending a lot of time away from family and like, it's a different level of grind than it is for us regular people. But I think that they take time off, and they might do zero running as their body's recovering, and they might just do a lot of, whatever they feel like. And that could, definitely be what a lot of people need if they were in a very, very structured program leading up to their race. So I think that's kind of a good thing to do, is if that part of it was becoming burdensome, to take a break from it. So that way you can reconnect to the part of running that that you really love. Not that you don't love running, or that feeling burnt out or unmotivated means you don't love running, but I'd say just don't force it. All right. Brian Foran says, hello from Dublin, guys. Hope the legs are recovering after the half. Yeah, I think they're fine. I went yesterday's run and today's run. I had some strides in there and they felt good. Tomorrow I'll go on a little bit of a workout. The workouts now are going to be a little bit different because I'm training for a 50K, a trail 50K. So like, I do want to still have some speed, but trying to figure out like kind of what that looks like. I don't really know how to train for a 50K. I feel like it's probably a lot like training for a marathon, but I'm like, but I also just need a lot of time on feet too. So tomorrow, I think it'll probably be a midweek long run with some speed in there. I'm not sure if it'll be threshold pace or just marathon pace or what it'll be, but so yeah, I'm feeling ready to, but it'll only be 2 workouts this week. I'll do a workout Wednesday, maybe Thursday, depending on what the weather's going to be like. And then Saturday, I'll do a long run. And that probably won't have too much speed work in it, just because I want to get a really, really long run in and just be on feet, maybe 2.5, 3 hours kind of thing. All right. Brendan Camp says, I did my first online grocery order ever today. Huh. In 96 cases in Nova Scotia, and it's the highest since the pandemic started. So I'm bunkering down again. Yeah, well, hopefully it all passes over quick, Brendan. But there's some pluses to online grocery ordering for sure. I mean, at least for here, I'd get it delivered, and like, carrying stuff around that's heavy. Getting groceries delivered like either downstairs to the lobby, or sometimes they'll deliver it right to the door, like kind of like knock and leave. That's pretty great. It costs a little extra, but it is pretty great. But hopefully, like, you won't have to do it too many times, Brendan. All right, let's go. Here's a good one. Keel Condrick says, if you can only run one type of terrain of running, which would you choose, trail or road? If I could only do one, I would probably do like dirt roads, kind of like just like the running that's around my in-laws house in Iowa. It's kind of like lots of rolling hills, dirt roads, not a lot of stopping that I have to do ever, just because there it's like the middle of nowhere. So that's kind of what I would pick, a dirt road, because it's easy on the legs, and but you could still go fast if you need to. So that's what I would go for. All right. Let's get to someone said they had a real question. Let me maybe make sure I get to that. Let's see. Where did it say? Oh, Kiefer says, real question. I think I'm going to visit TJ for the first time ever this weekend. Was it nutritionally sound must buy on my first trip? Nutritionally sound and must buy, I don't know that they always go together at Trader Joe's. I do like that Kung Pao cauliflower. That's like my favorite. I think a lot of people love the cookies. The cookies are also tasty, but those are definitely not nutritionally sound. What else do I like? I really enjoy the Trader Joe's tater tots. So yeah, this is not a great list. The beers are also usually have a pretty good beer selection. The cheeses, there's usually a decent selection of cheeses that are like a pretty good price. So like, I don't know how they're getting it that cheap, but that's pretty good. And they usually do a really good job with fruit. The produce is good there. So there's a couple of options. All right. Well, let's get to, and we'll talk about 361 shoes in a bit too. But let's get to the first, share my screen. There we go, Chrome tab. All right. Here we go. Here's the first one for today. Number one, and guess that runner. There's actually 2 runners that ran together, and this is all from the same post, but if you look at like the one in the middle, you can see that it's with 6 other people total. But this runner, both of them ran together. One person got a lot more kudos than the other. But it's in Flagstaff, so that's a hint. And it was a short run, 6 miles, but 7:25 per mile. Heart rate's nice and easy, I think. 151. I don't know if that's accurate for this runner, but yeah. Is it multiple choice? No, it's not multiple choice. But I think it being Flagstaff and it being in a group of 6 with 6 other runners kind of gives you a hint. So let's see. What guesses do we have? Kurt says Molly Seidel. You know what? I don't really. Does Molly Seidel run with a lot of people? Is she up in Flagstaff now? I knew she was there for a while. Let's see. Is it Dr. Josh? No. I think he's up in Boulder, not Flagstaff. For Flagstaff, Donovan says, Hornbeck says Jim Walmsley. I thought about putting a Walmsley one in here, but we just did Walmsley. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see it a little bit better. I did Walmsley on like the first one. A couple people are guessing Walmsley and Molly. But Walmsley's latest run was like a 22-mile run or something like that. Ryan says it might be the what did they say? Like Coco Chino Cowboys, and it's not them. But oh man, you guys are overlooking like the very obvious like option here. Kurt said Molly's in flag now and running with a bunch of New Balance Boston. Interesting. Brittany says Sarah Hall. Ooh, that'd be a good guess, but it's not Sarah Hall either. Man, you guys are not getting it. I think I stumped you guys on the first one. Not really. Hank Aaron says Sandy and Sage. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be a good one, like the two of them together. Yeah, but I don't. I just watched. Sandy put out a video today where she said that Sage is out doing some sort of adventure. She wouldn't say what it was because she was going to let Sage talk about it. But I don't know what that adventure is supposed to. They're separated right now. Not separated. They're just not in the same city right now. Donovan Hornbeck says Tim Ferricks. No. Yeah, and Shannon says, I don't recognize that profile photo. See, I left the profile photos, except for one. Later on, I did delete the profile photo because it was like right close up on the face. So, yeah. All right, Kurt Siege is getting close. Hoka NAZ. But Brett Stevens came real close, saying it was Ben and Steph Bruce. The first runner is Steph Bruce. And then let me get to show you it. It is Scott Fobbs. It was the other one that popped up for me. I'm guessing that Ben may have been in that group too. I didn't look at who the other 6 runners are, but just the way it popped up for me, it was Steph Bruce and Scott Fobbs running together. Yeah. I think Alphine would be a good guess too. I don't know if they're, I should have looked at that if they were all together for this one. Mine says Bob and Brad. That's awesome. I love that. That's so funny. But I think they're up in Minnesota, so they're not. They're pretty far from flag. All right. Donovan says Sages in California navigated people through the Western States. Oh, cool. I can't wait to see some footage of that. And Kurt says Kellen Taylor. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast with Kellen Taylor, and I thought that she was from California or like Nevada or something like that. But her accent was very strong. I got a very strong Midwestern accent sense from her. So I don't even know where she's from. I never bothered to look it up because when I was listening to it, I was out on the road. But yeah, Kellen Taylor, she's such an impressive individual. So strong. All right. Okay. Let's go. Oh yeah. So Kurt says you threw us off saying they were in a different place. Not every. Sorry about that. That's tricky. Not everyone is in a different place than they normally are. Some of the other people are. All right. Keanu and Rich Roll. Can you imagine if they went on a run together? I mean, I feel like that would be. It would be it'd be a great video to run through like the hills in Malibu or wherever it is that Rich Roll lives. Like run on those trails with me holding a GoPro with Keanu Reeves and Rich Roll, just doing an easy run through the trails. That'd be pretty amazing. That'd be crazy. I would love that. I'd be kind of starstruck for sure. All right. Kurt says Kellen is from the Midwest, is Wisconsin. So yeah, Midwest. Yeah. I just like, you see her images on on Instagram and on YouTube, and she just looks so intense all the time. And then you hear about her being a firefighter and like doing all these, like she did, was it a Spartan race or something like that? And like, I don't know. I guess I had never really heard her talk before. And then I'm listening to this podcast and I'm like, this is Kellen Taylor. Oh, wow. Very different. Like what I heard was very like, I don't know what voice I had in my mind of hers, but it was just very different. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay, now she seems more human to me. Not that she was inhuman, but you know what I mean? She just seemed like so, like, I'd been putting her up on like this, like, toughness pedestal, I guess. All right, let's get to the next one, guys. All right. Here's one. This one, I don't know if you guys, I'll make it bigger so you guys can see. This person is a YouTuber. And this run happened in Des Moines, and this is that person's, I guess, sometimes normal place of running. This person splits time between Des Moines and I believe Australia. So earlier, or I guess last week, this person was the pacer for the men's 1500. So yeah, so that's if you, I mean, I guess like if you kind of know who that person is, I've given it away. But if you don't know, I mean, that all those hints probably aren't going to help that much. But I did happen to catch I taped it on DVR. The men's 1500 at the Drake Relays for the pro race. And I was like, oh, that guy, the guy that's on YouTube, he's on YouTube too. Oh, okay. He looks good out there. So yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Kurt says Mason Furlick. No, it's not Mason Furlick. Donovan Hornbeck says, I watched the race. Yeah. Wilgerbell's here because the meeting ended early. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. And let's see. And then Saragon McKenney says, Ben Park, Sage Candidate, and Seth DeMore would be a good field for half marathon. What's Sage's half marathon time? I don't know about that. And then, I mean, I would enjoy watching that just to see those three guys race. All right. I don't think anybody knows this one. Jessica Hall. She did pace, but I think she paced over at Hayward Field. She paced the women's 5K. So like Jessica Hall was pacing Ailish McColgan. I think Ailish won the 5,000 meters over there pretty handily. All right. No one knows. So CV76 says $1. So it is, there we go. Let me get the clicks right. Here. It is Adam Fogg. I don't know if you guys know who Adam Fogg is, but he runs for Drake. I think he still runs for Drake, which is Drake Relays held in Des Moines. And he has a YouTube channel. And then, but I think when he's not in Des Moines, he's in Australia, I believe. I think his dad helps him a lot with the YouTube channel. I think his dad's a pretty accomplished runner too. I don't know if he was a pro or not, but yeah. So there it is. Oh, Donovan said he had it. Sorry, I didn't see that. He got the Fog Dog. Yeah. It's what he's got it's pretty amazing. I don't know if it's great or terrible, but it's probably a little of both. But the beginning of all his YouTube videos, like the intro music is like a rap that like he made. I don't know if it's him rapping or not, but it's something. It's something. But yeah. And Ben Wise says he ran a sub 4 mile, didn't he? I think he just did. I'm not sure exactly where he is on that, but yeah, he's a pretty speedy guy. Really, really fast. Yeah, I don't know if he's the fastest guy in Des Moines right now or in Iowa as far as milers go, but he's a pretty fast dude. Awesome. Sorry, I didn't. I figured maybe someone would know. Well, someone knew it. One of you, Donovan, knew it. So there we go. All right, let's get to number 3. He's. I think this is number 3. Yeah. Well, the next one either event. Here's where it starts to get a little bit interesting, and this is what I was talking about when people are not in the same space that they normally are. So for those of you just listening, the name of it's 20 times 35 seconds on, 35 seconds off. And the caption is legs are feeling good. That's the big hint. Total of 3.54 miles at a pace of 6:51 per mile. That's including the rests as well. And it's in Sarasota County, Florida, which is not where this runner normally is. This runner, I think, is on vacation, right now. So, out there running. So let's see if anyone knows this one. But this is an interesting workout. 35 seconds off seems as a weird amount of off. But also, I feel like that sounds a lot like a stride workout. Like a lot of stride workouts look like that. I'm sure Shannon says, I like clues. All right, let's give some more clues. This runner is getting ready to try and break 5 minutes in the mile. So it is not a professional runner. JC wants to know if it's Lieutenant Dan. Awesome. I love that. I just love Lieutenant Dan. That's funny. So shooting for a 5-minute mile, and I'm not sure if it's just not a rumor, but if it's a running joke or if it's actually true that Malcolm Gladwell may be racing him for that 5-minute attempt, like sub 5 attempt. I'm not sure, but they've run together enough times where I'm like, well, they clearly know each other. And other people are pointing out by comparing their Stravas that both of them seem to be running very tough workouts right now. So, yeah, well, if this isn't Malcolm Gladwell, it's someone that may be trying to break a 5-minute mile with Malcolm Gladwell. And I don't know if they're going to do it in the same event or not. So, yeah. Any ideas? Any ideas? I'll give you one more hint. He's normally out of New York. So definitely, there we go. Adam's got it. Chris Chavez. That is, here we go. That's his workout for vacation. He says legs are feeling good. That's kind of like his signature phrase. He always says that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I've been following it closely because I'm like, oh, interesting. And then I kept seeing like all this like talk about him racing Malcolm Gladwell at the same time, and I was like, oh, is that really going to happen? I'm like, are they going to allow is there going to be spectators allowed for this event? I really want to be able to able to watch that. That'd be kind of fun. Terry Furlong said, if I did that workout, I would end up at the hospital. It's hardcore. I think based on his paces, like whether 20 by 30, 20 times 35 on and off is hard, depends on how hard that you're going out. But it looks like he's hitting like, 530s for these. So that is a pretty tough workout. It's like, twice as long as my strides normally are in terms of time on. And that 35 seconds is a pretty short amount of time. So that's no joke of a workout. All right. Benway says, I don't know most of these people. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Adam Fogg is a little bit more of a stretch, but I felt like, he does have a YouTube channel. So I didn't know if maybe people had watched it already and knew about him. But yeah, so I thought maybe. All right. Well, let's go to the next one. Let me get some coffee here real quick. By the way, guys, it's like super nice here in Chicago. Today's like they're saying it's going to be the nicest day that it's been in Chicago this year so far. It's really nice, but it's warm in here right now. I already took the baby to the park today and we just played a lot. It was real nice. Oh, someone asked early if I knew anything about the 361 carbon shoe. I don't know anything about that. I've looked at it, but I still just haven't tried anything from 361 before. I don't know why, but they've never really piqued my interest. I'm not sure why. I don't have anything against it. I just never ran in any of their shoes. Sarah McKinney says, it's not Matt Gates, surely. Sorry, crab joke. Oh man, that would be really disappointing if it turns out that like Matt Gates is also like an avid runner. I'd be like, oh man. And I just don't want to have anything in common with that guy. But anyway, Baba Sunmin says, I have been practicing the Maffetone tool for 2 months. 130 to 140 heart rate by my standards. I want to fix my heart rate rising too easily, even though I'm running slow. Would the MAF help with this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It certainly will. It helps to make sure that that you're not running your easy days too hard. And it also makes you stronger at running those lower heart rates. So, if you're looking to run faster at a specific heart rate, it'll kind of help you. But the way that you do the Maffetone is you use you kind of start from using the age 180 minus age formula. So that's kind of like the main way that you go by that. And you would want to try doing that and only doing that for at least an onboarding period of a couple months. So it takes a while. Shannon says, should include Kofuzi and Strava posts in this game because I think we'd do better. Yeah. Well, yeah. Hold on to that thought. All right. I got you guys taken care of. Chris Dyke says, I find the shorter interval so tough on stride. By the time I've dialed in the power range, the interval is over. Yeah. So, for me, when I did the 30 seconds on off workouts that stride does, I would try to figure out the level of effort for the first couple or however many it took. And then the rest of them was all right, now I just got to hit that. And then I'll just go by the buzzes on the wrist. And then I'll see afterwards how I did. If it was 1 minute long, a little bit longer of an interval, then I would try and make sure I'm doing it right by looking at the watch. But for 30 seconds, it's hard to kind of keep constantly looking at it. So I just was all right, that's how hard it's got to be. Go out that hard every time. That's kind of what I did. All right. let's get to the next one. Oh, this next one's amazing. All right. The next one is a whopping 50K, 31.11 miles from Wrexham, United Kingdom. This runner did 31.11 miles with 3,300 feet of gain. Total time of 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 48 seconds. Title is Big Day Out in Wales with heart eyes emoji face. And the caption is Perfect weather, lush route, 3 co-op stops for drink refills, and stop to buy sun cream after the first mile or so. Best decision of the day. Yeah, there were a lot of pictures with it. It looked really nice. Looked like a super fun run and super impressive. Ben Y says the Welsh runner. No, he was in Wrexham. He was in Wrexham, right? Was he in Wrexham? He was in Wrexham to run the marathon, not a 50K. But yeah, everyone's already got it. Man, you guys had it like 5 seconds before I could even finish talking about it. Let's do it this way. Yeah. See, the first one got it was, everyone got it. I think Chris had it first. JC thought it was Innis, which it definitely could. That's not close. No, but it's on the same island, I think. I'm just terrible with geography. Ryan had it as well. What's going on, Ryan? Let's see. Scott had it as well. Paul Kane had it. Kevin. Yeah, see, I didn't fool anybody. Awesome. Sue Ann had it as well. Very cool. Very cool. Sam Springer. Yeah, Will's like, everybody's got it. Yeah, you guys had it fast. Oh, and she had that was a really nice photo here too. There we go. The next one. There we go. There she is. So that was nice. It was really cool. Super impressive. That she could just kind of I didn't know she was training for a longer distance like that. I guess I haven't really been following what she's doing lately. But the fact that she could just knock that out, man, really impressive. All right. Yeah, Benoit says it's the same island, just on the other side. That was my understanding. I'm trying to think. I very recently learned where Wales is, and I also kind of only very recently learned where Scotland is, to be completely honest. So yeah, so I'm like, no, wait, no, that's far. That's far. Yeah, I had to do the math in my head. Sue says I follow her and recognize the profile pic. See, I was debating whether or not to blur out the profile pic as well for this one, but I was like, I don't know how well this comes through on the live stream, so I was like, it looks kind of small. Maybe people won't be able to see it. Paul Kane says I've just come back from a 10K and ran some of those lanes tonight. Awesome. I know I saw earlier, Paul, you said that she ran right by your house. That's cool. Very, very cool. And Saragon McKinney said Ben Parks is in Wales. I think he was there. He was there for the Wrexham Cheshire Marathon, Elite Marathon, something like that, right? I forget. There's a lot of words in the title, but for the marathon last weekend, and I think she just was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna run a 50K while I'm out here." Pretty impressive. All right, let's do one more. Here's the bonus for today. Got bonus. All right. Oh no, this is number 5. We're not on bonus yet. Here's one where I did have to change the profile pic because it was really obvious from the profile pic. Remy's here says, wait, hold up. Is this what's happening here? Is this the right stream? Yeah, you're in the right place, man. You're in the right place. We're playing a little bit of Name That Runner. The title is Payday, ! With a money bag next to it. The caption is $22.12 on the year. And then one of the photos is a $20 bill. I'm guessing this runner found a $20 bill out on the trail in Los Angeles, California. 10-mile run, 1,500 feet of gain, 7:45 average pace. The average grade adjusted pace was 6:50, so speedy runner. Looking at mile 4, the grade adjusted pace for mile 4, which was 638 feet of gain, the actual pace was 9:47. The grade adjusted pace was 5:50. So, yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And it looks like some people already got it already. Stevie76 said it's Gavin Newsom. Oh, that's so funny. That's funny. Does he run? Does anyone know if he runs? I don't know if he runs. That's super funny. But Adam Steves had it right away. But let's see. Paul Kane says about that elite marathon. Ben and Welsh Runner were in the elite race that got moved from Wrexham to England as the COVID restrictions are different. It's literally 5 miles difference in distance. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. All right. So that's what happened. Very cool. All right. But let's see who had it first. It was Adam Steves. Adam had it right. It is, where'd it go? That's a bonus. Oh, I forgot. I think I didn't do the right thing. I messed this up, but it is C Money. It was Mako show. Chris Mako. Scott had it. Adam Steves had it. How did you guys know that already? Maybe you guys must follow him already. Because I was like, this could be not anybody. Not a lot of people can run that fast, but amazing. You guys are amazing. And Suan says, I missed the Mako show. I really missed it too. I was a huge Mako show fan. I mean, he was keeping distance running weird, right? I mean, he was doing a good job. But yeah, I understand it. He had to go live like a normal life, I guess. He got married and stuff. He's got a job. I'm glad he's still out there running and enjoying it. But, selfishly, I really miss the Mako show too. All right. Will Welling says, which is easier to race, a 5K or a 10K? It seems like the intensity of the 5K versus the distance of the 10K. They're both hard. I kind of dislike them both. I'd say 8K is the worst of like the 3 distances. I know you didn't ask that, but I think 8K is the worst because it says the worst of each. I think I like the 10K better. The 5K is just it is that intensity. I'm so not used to it. The 10K, I guess, because I'm doing more threshold work, I'm like more familiar with that. So I think I kind of like that better. But yeah, I don't know. They're both terrible races to run. Donovan Hornbeck says, going back to Mako show, he says, I eat Kodiak cakes because of him. I only know what Kodiak cakes are because of him. Otherwise, I don't know that I would even register for me as like a brand of like food that runners can eat. Madhu says, have you guys ever found a discrepancy between Strava and Nike Run Club? My Strava may be overestimating my runs, not that I mind. Yeah, I think what's going on, Madhu, with that is it happens a lot of times with whenever you're like using another device to push data to another place. And so like if you were recording on like a Polar Watch, an Apple Watch using Nike Run Club or your phone, it's not sending like, for example, like on this run, it says 10.0 miles, moving time 1:17:30. And then it's not doing like math. It's not sending those bald numbers and then like having it do the math and like replicating that in the other place. I believe it sends like the raw, like the GPS file, like GPX or what is it, like the .fit or the .tcx. And then that other service ingests that and then applies whatever smoothing algorithm that it may apply to GPS data to figure out like, what you did on your run. And so that's where I think those discrepancies come from. I'm not positive, but I think that's what happens. All right. Remy says, successful first run / jogging month. Foot still feeling good. Awesome. Good. I think I saw that footage earlier today. Looking good out there. All right. I previewed it kind of a little bit, but because I messed up my Google Slides presentation. But here we go. Let's get to the bonus for today. Here's a bonus. It is a picture of a dog. Title is Afternoon Run with Pip. The caption is Zone 2.9, average heart rate 121. Harder to do Zone 2 on the road. The distance was 3.14 miles. Average pace 7 minutes 53 seconds per mile. And average heart rate 121 beats per minute. Keeping it nice and cool. I feel like for the regulars here, the Afternoon Run with Pip will give it away. But I thought, Pip's probably one of my favorite running dogs out there. So I felt like if we were going to do a live streamer, we should put Pip in there. So yeah, I think a lot of you guys got it right away. Yeah, and Remy says when they're talking about TCX, it's got to be TCX data. The GPX is the route only. Yeah, so it's the TCX data that gets transferred from system to system. All right, so let's put it this way. All right, yeah. Suan, I think, had it first. It's Ines and Pip. Awesome. And yeah, JC, Mark, Scott, Remy, everybody knew. Steve. Awesome. Let's see if I have the actual post. There it is. There's in his profile photo right up there. Awesome. Fantopoulos Dopke says Pip is one hell of a runner. Yeah, that's a good dog. Very good dog. And JC says Pip is famous, better known than all those other buffs. Yeah, Adam Fogg, he can run a sub 4 mile running out of Drake, and no one but Pip. Everybody knows Pip. Ben Y wonders what Pip's VO2 max is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could probably could you train a dog to run with a mask on? Like the big, the oxygen mask? That'd be hard. Sue Ann said Kevin Bickerton had it first. Sorry about that, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin had it first. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. All right. That is the name that runner for today, guys. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. That's all I got. Oh, wait. Someone had mentioned earlier. Let's talk about this one last thing before I go today. Like all the stuff going on with Tin Man. Have you guys heard about all that stuff? I don't know. A lot of it seems to be rumors, but I mean, I don't know that this is necessarily better, but then I was watching like the Flow Track podcast and they were talking about it too. So, but apparently like Tin Man is kicking out Tin Man Elite is kicking out Tin Man. But they're like moving on from the coach. And Tin Man was like, Tom Schwartz was like, apparently rumors, all rumors. I don't know. Nothing's been, I haven't read anything, that would suggest anything more, concretely, but the rumor mill is that Coach Tom Schwartz was like, can I have the Tin Man name back? And they were like, no, you can't. We're going to still be Tin Man Elite. Yeah. So, yeah, Chris Tyke said his wife went off. I heard about that too, but then what source would I depend on for like accurate reporting on that? I'm not sure what I would like trust in that regard. I guess if like Chris Chavez came up with something, or like Mario Fraioli was like, here's what happened, I would probably believe that. But I don't know. But it seems like poor form in a lot of ways. I don't know. It's crazy. JC said Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man. Oh man, well said. Yeah, Suan, it's drama. It's really surprising. Here's what stinks about that too, because I really felt like, Chris Tyke says her direct words are on the left run. Is that confirmed that that's her? I've never been on Let's Run. I don't want to go there. Maybe you guys can summarize it for me at some point. But yeah, like it was weird because I remember when Tin Man Elite first came out, I was like, I don't know, these dudes seem pretty broy, and I didn't really like it at first. But then I learned about Coach Tom Schwartz, who insists on being called Coach. So not that I know that, but I've heard in other podcasts. So I heard that Coach Schwartz, and I was like, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy's a good coach. He really understands. He's a student of exercise science. I think he knows what he's doing. And so I was like, all right, maybe I should check out some of what these guys are doing as far as the workouts. And then I think for a while, like, that felt like the videos had a groove. It didn't feel as broy as it normally did. But then I also feel like, lately it's been taking another turn. Things have changed again. So I'm like, I don't know what's happening over there. So, I wish those guys all the best of luck, but I don't know. It doesn't seem very cool to be like, yeah, no, we're going to keep Tin Man, even though we're kicking you out. Strange. Really, really strange luck. All right. Yeah. So, Chris Dyke says it just seems like a falling out where she feels like they disrespected what coach has done for them. Can't believe they didn't have a contract in place. Yeah, here's the thing though. Even as a lawyer, when I ran my business, my clients were lawyers, and people were like, "Here, send over whatever contracts you need me to sign, and then we can get started on working." I'm like, "No, we don't need to do that. Unless you really want to do that, I don't need to do that." I feel like name and reputation go a real long way. Chicago is a really big legal market, but it's still a really small world. So, I'm not interested in just one job, one interaction, one transaction. I want to have you as a lifelong client, that kind of thing. So it's like, thinking about it in the long term. So I never really I never really had any contracts in place unless their clients needed it. So I can kind of understand that. Maybe it's a more old school way of doing things, but yeah, man, if that's what's going on, it's kind of a bummer. I mean, I'm sure Coach Schwartz will be fine, but what about those Tin Man guys or those Adidas guys? I don't know what you even call them. I'm not going to call them Tin Men. I'll call them Adidas guys, I guess. All right. Sorry to end on a bummer, but someone else said they bring it up, and I was like, I wanted to make sure that we got a chance to talk about it. All right. Oh, one last thing. Leona says, new CDC guidelines says okay for fully vaxxed folks to be maskless in uncrowded outdoor areas. I think I'll still wear my mask when passing others. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I think that was coming, and you could tell like they were like teasing that because like all of a sudden like some of the doctors were on the news shows, kind of like talking about that. And I've been talking about that with my wife, and I'm like, I'll be fully vaccinated as of like Monday morning, or actually as of like Sunday night. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to wear my mask when I'm out there on the lakefront trail. Sometimes it gets tight, but it never gets super tight. Not like a single track, but like I think I'm ready. She's like, you are? I'm like, not really, but I think I'm going to do it. So it's going to be an adjustment for me, but I'm vaccinated, so I'm going to go for it. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. It was really busy on the lakefront today because it's just so nice. So a lot of people out there, and most of the people already very, very quickly turned around. A lot of people already are not wearing masks when they're out there, which I guess we're good with that now, right? Right? I'm not going to give anyone a hard time if they still want to wear theirs for sure. But yeah. All right. I think that's a good place to leave it for today, guys. Thanks everybody for playing Name That Runner. I had a lot of fun with it. Tomorrow's video, I'm going to talk to you about the Mach 4 versus the 1080 version 11, putting those shoes head to head, raining them the past couple of days. We'll talk about that. And then we'll do another live stream. We'll go again, 1 p.m. Central Time. Keep trying that new time slot out. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll see you then. In the meantime, be safe out there, everybody. Thanks.